Did you know that the comforting golden-hued drink you believe is boosting your health might actually be working against you? It's a startling thought, isn't it? Golden milk, with its ancient roots and promises of soothing inflammation and bolstering immunity, has become a beloved ritual for many health-conscious individuals. You see it everywhere, praised as a natural elixir. We prepare it, often with the best intentions, thinking we're taking a powerful step towards wellness. But what if those good intentions are being undone by simple, overlooked mistakes? What if the very beverage you trust to heal is, in fact, quietly contributing to the problems you're trying to solve, or even creating new ones? It's a scenario playing out in more kitchens than you might imagine. Many well-meaning people are unknowingly sabotaging the benefits of their golden milk, turning a potential powerhouse into a source of hidden harm. Today, we're going to pull back the curtain on these common yet critical errors. I'm not just going to tell you what you might be doing wrong. I'm going to explain why it's a problem and, more importantly, what you should do instead. Because knowledge is power, especially when it comes to your health. Are you ready to find out if your golden milk is truly serving you, or if it's time for a change? Stick with me, because the adjustments we discuss could transform your daily cup from a potential saboteur into the genuine health ally it's meant to be. You might be surprised by what you learn. Now, before we dive into the pitfalls, let's acknowledge why golden milk has captured our hearts and minds. It's not just a trendy drink. Its foundation lies in centuries of traditional use, particularly in Ayurvedic practices. At its core, as you likely know, is turmeric, that vibrant spice containing curcumin. And modern science, it's increasingly validating what ancient wisdom has long suggested. Curcumin is a potent anti-inflammatory compound. Think about that, a natural substance that can help quiet the chronic inflammation that so many of us battle, the kind that contributes to joint pain, stiffness, and that feeling of just not being your best. When you imagine sipping that warm, aromatic golden milk, you're envisioning a cascade of benefits, easing those achy joints, calming an agitated digestive system, perhaps even giving your immune system a helpful nudge. Some even believe it supports brain health and offers a gentle way to manage blood sugar. And it's not just turmeric working in isolation, is it? The traditional blend often includes ginger, cinnamon, and crucially, black pepper, each bringing its own complementary actions. Black pepper, for instance, contains piperine, which dramatically boosts curcumin absorption. Without it, much of that star ingredient might just pass right through you. Ginger and cinnamon add their own anti-inflammatory and digestive benefits. It's meant to be a synergistic blend, a true team working for your well-being. This is the ideal, the promise of golden milk. But, and this is a big but, this beautiful symphony can quickly turn discordant if we're not mindful. Let's get to the heart of the matter. What are these mistakes that can strip away the goodness and potentially introduce harm? It seems so basic, doesn't it? Milk, the foundation of your golden milk. But have you ever stopped to truly scrutinize the milk you're using? Many of us grab a carton from the supermarket shelf without a second thought, assuming milk is milk. But what if that carton is a Trojan horse, smuggling unwanted guests into your healing brew? The reality is, much of the conventional dairy milk available today is a far cry from the pure, wholesome image we might have. It can be laden with hidden sugars, even if it doesn't taste overtly sweet. We're talking about things like corn syrup solids, cane sugar, or other sweeteners that manufacturers sneak in. And what do these sugars do? They fuel inflammation, the very thing you're trying to combat with turmeric. It's a cruel irony, isn't it? You're taking one step forward with turmeric and two steps back with hidden sugars that can also destabilize your blood sugar and contribute to that energy crash you might be blaming on something else. Beyond sugar, think about additives and preservatives. These chemicals, designed to extend shelf life or improve texture, aren't necessarily benign. For some, they can trigger digestive upset, place an extra burden on your liver, or even subtly disrupt hormonal balance. If your body is already working hard to maintain equilibrium, especially as we get older, why add more for it to process? It's like trying to clean a house while someone else is walking around in muddy boots. I find it deeply concerning how many healthy base ingredients are compromised by the food industry. It's a constant battle for consumers to stay vigilant. This isn't just about golden milk. It's about really understanding what's in everything you consume. That seemingly innocent splash of milk could be undermining your efforts in more ways than one. What should you do instead? Prioritize purity. Opt for organic, unsweetened milk. If you choose dairy, grass-fed is even better, as it tends to have a healthier fatty acid profile. If you're going plant-based, almond, coconut, oat, soy, the key is unsweetened and additive-free. Read those labels like a detective. Your golden milk deserves a clean start. Don't you agree that this simple switch could make a profound difference? In our rush world, we often think hotter and faster is better. Surely, a good rolling boil will extract all those beneficial compounds from the turmeric and spices, right? It feels like you're doing something potent. But what if that aggressive heat is actually your enemy in disguise? Turmeric's star compound, curcumin, is more delicate than you might think. High, prolonged heat can degrade it, diminishing its anti-inflammatory power. You could be meticulously sourcing the best organic turmeric, only to inadvertently destroy a significant portion of its benefits by boiling it too vigorously. It's like carefully tending a beautiful garden, only to trample the flowers just as they're about to bloom. All that potential lost. This highlights a common misconception in cooking for health, that more intense is always more effective. Often, gentleness preserves potency. Think about how we're advised to lightly steam vegetables rather than boil them into submission to retain nutrients. The same principle applies here. It's a reminder that natural compounds often require a delicate touch. So, how do you heat it right? Gently. Think warm, not scalding. Aim for a slow, gentle warming process over low to medium heat. You want to see steam, perhaps a few gentle simmers, but not a raging boil. The goal is to infuse the milk with the spices, to awaken their properties, not to obliterate them. Doesn't it make sense to treat these valuable ingredients with a little more care to get the most out of them? Honey, nature's golden sweetener, often lauded for its own antibacterial and antioxidant properties, especially if you're using raw, unpasteurized honey. It seems like the perfect finishing touch to your golden milk, adding a touch of sweetness and its own layer of goodness. But when you add, it can make all the difference. What happens if you stir that precious honey into piping hot, almost boiling milk? You risk destroying its delicate enzymes and many of its beneficial compounds. Heat is the enemy of raw honey's magic. Some research even suggests that heating honey to very high temperatures might create undesirable byproducts. So, that spoonful of healing honey could lose much of its therapeutic value before it even reaches your lips. It's another case of good intentions gone awry due to a simple error in timing. This is a mistake I see so often, not just with golden milk, but with tea and other warm beverages. People invest in good quality raw honey, then unknowingly neutralize its benefits. It's a subtle point, but an important one for maximizing the value of what you're consuming. It's about understanding the nature of our ingredients. The solution is beautifully simple. Patience. Let your gently warmed golden milk cool down a bit. It should be pleasantly warm, comfortable to sip, not tongue-burningly hot. Then, and only then, stir in your honey. This way, you preserve its natural goodness and get the full spectrum of benefits from both the spices and the honey. Isn't that a more sensible approach to harness nature's gifts fully? Black pepper. It's such a common spice, we often overlook its power. In the context of golden milk, you might think, it's just for a bit of a kick, right? I can skip it if I don't like it too spicy. But what if I told you that skipping the black pepper is like buying a high-performance car and never taking it out of first gear? The curcumin in turmeric, for all its glory, has a notorious challenge: bioavailability. That means our bodies don't absorb it very well on its own. A huge percentage of it can pass right through your system, unutilized. This is where black pepper performs its magic. It contains piperine, a compound that has been shown in studies to increase curcumin absorption by an astounding amount. Some figures suggest up to 2,000%. Think about that. Without pepper, you might be getting minimal benefit. With just a pinch of pepper, you unlock a vastly greater potential. The synergy between turmeric and black pepper is one of nature's brilliant partnerships. It's a powerful reminder that nutrients often don't work in isolation. This isn't just about golden milk, it's a principle in nutrition. Sometimes, a humble companion ingredient can be the key to unlocking the star's full power. Ignoring this is like leaving most of the medicine in the bottle. It's almost too easy. Add a pinch, just a small pinch, of freshly ground black pepper to your golden milk. You don't need much. It shouldn't make the drink unpleasantly fiery, but that tiny amount can make a monumental difference in how much curcumin your body actually gets to use. For such a simple step, the payoff is huge. Wouldn't you agree? Turmeric is the star of the show, the very essence of golden milk. But are you sure the turmeric you're using is up to the task? What if it's old, poor quality, or worse, contaminated? This is a concern that many don't even consider. Low-quality turmeric might simply have a lower concentration of curcumin, meaning you're getting less of the active compound. Old or improperly stored turmeric can lose its potency and, more alarmingly, can be susceptible to mold growth. And then there's the frightening issue of adulteration. There have been reports of some turmeric powders, particularly from less regulated sources, being contaminated with things like lead or other harmful substances to enhance color or weight. Instead of a healing spice, you could be unknowingly ingesting toxins that place a burden on your liver and your overall health. This is where a little investment and due diligence pay off. In our quest for health, we must be discerning about our sources. Just because something is labeled turmeric doesn't guarantee its purity or potency. This applies to all herbs and spices, really. Quality matters immensely, and cutting corners here could be detrimental. How do you protect yourself? Choose high-quality, organic turmeric from reputable brands. Check the expiration date. Freshness is key for both potency and safety. When you open it, does it have a vibrant color and a rich, earthy aroma? If it looks dull or smells faint or musty, it's probably past its prime. Your health is worth the effort to find a good source, isn't it? When you discover something that feels good and promises health benefits, it's natural to think, if some is good, more must be better. So, you might be tempted to drink golden milk multiple times a day, every day. But could this be counterproductive? While turmeric is generally safe for most people in culinary amounts, highly concentrated or very frequent consumption can, for some, lead to issues. High doses of turmeric might cause digestive upset, bloating, reflux, or even diarrhea in sensitive individuals. It can also have blood-thinning properties, which could be a concern if you're already on blood-thinning medication or have a clotting disorder. And paradoxically, while it supports liver health in moderation, an excessive intake could potentially strain the liver over time. The more is better philosophy rarely holds true in health and nutrition. Our bodies thrive on balance. Even the most beneficial substances can cause imbalances if overused. It's about finding that sweet spot, the right dose for your individual system. This requires listening to your body, not just following a trend. For most people, 1 cup of thoughtfully prepared golden milk per day, or even a few times a week, is likely sufficient to reap the benefits without overdoing it. If you're new to it, start slowly. Pay attention to how your body responds. Is it making you feel good, or are you noticing any discomfort? Your body often whispers its needs before it shouts. Are you listening? Golden milk as a concept is wonderfully wholesome, but the individual ingredients, even natural ones, aren't universally tolerated. What if an ingredient in your healing drink is actually a trigger for your specific body? Think about it. Traditional golden milk uses dairy. Many adults develop lactose intolerance as they age, leading to gas, bloating, and discomfort. Are you mistaking these symptoms for something else? Turmeric itself, while generally well tolerated, can cause allergic reactions or sensitivities in some individuals, perhaps a skin rash, itching, or digestive upset. Honey, too, can be an allergen for those sensitive to pollen or bee products. Even the spices, like ginger or cinnamon, could be problematic for a small number of people. This is perhaps the most crucial point. Bio-individuality. What works wonders for one person might be problematic for another. We can't blindly follow recipes or health trends without considering our own unique physiology. Ignoring your body's signals in pursuit of a supposed health benefit is a path to frustration, not wellness. Listen to your body. It's your best guide. If you experience any adverse symptoms after drinking golden milk, don't just push through. Try eliminating ingredients one by one to pinpoint the culprit. If you suspect dairy, switch to an unsweetened, plant-based milk. If turmeric seems to be the issue, try a smaller amount or consult with a healthcare practitioner. Your golden milk recipe should be personalized to your needs. Doesn't it make sense to tailor your health practices to your own body? So, now that we've uncovered these potential pitfalls, how do you ensure your cup of golden milk is genuinely a force for good? Start with about 1 cup of your chosen pure, unsweetened milk. Add 1 teaspoon of high-quality, fresh, organic turmeric powder. Crucially, include that small pinch of freshly ground black pepper. Consider adding half a teaspoon of cinnamon and perhaps a small amount of freshly grated ginger for extra warmth and benefits. Warm this mixture gently on the stove. No aggressive boiling, just until it's nicely heated and steamy. Remove from heat, let it cool to a comfortably warm temperature, then stir in 1 teaspoon of raw, organic honey. When you prepare your golden milk this way, with awareness and care, it becomes more than just a drink. It transforms into a true ritual of self-care. You're not just consuming ingredients, you're mindfully nourishing your body. you're respecting the nature of these powerful substances and allowing them to work their magic effectively. We've seen how easily a beverage intended for healing can, through simple missteps, fall short of its promise or even cause unintended issues. The milk you choose, the heat you apply, the timing of an ingredient, the quality of your spice, these small details matter profoundly. They can be the difference between a drink that just tastes nice and one that truly supports your leg strength, your joint health, your overall vitality, rather than subtly undermining it like some misapplied supplements can. The power is now in your hands. You understand the common mistakes, and more importantly, you know how to correct them. Think about your current golden milk practice. Are there any adjustments you need to make? Could a simple tweak unlock a greater level of benefit for you? I truly believe that armed with this knowledge, you can make your next cup of golden milk your best one yet. A true ally on your journey to health and well-being. Now, I'd love to hear from you. What was the most surprising mistake you learned about today? Is there a change you plan to make to your golden milk routine? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Let's learn from each other. And if you found this information valuable, if it opened your eyes to something new, please give this video a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on more insights to help you live your healthiest life. Share this video with anyone you know who loves golden milk. You might just help them unlock its true potential too. Thank you for joining me today. Here's to making informed choices, to respecting our bodies, and to embracing the true power of natural healing, one thoughtful cup at a time. Take good care.